conference, so if you just bear with me. I don't have the skill and finesse as Clay Aiken does, but I'll muddle along. I want to first thank Clay for his work with my son. He makes it sound like, it's all about our family and everything, but you know darn right well that you were fully integrated in that process, taking Mike here, there, and everywhere, sometimes maybe places he didn't belong, but you were just like, well, Diane, if everybody else can go there, Mike's going to go there, and that's just the way it's going to be, and I thank you for that. Thank you so much. I want to tell you just a little about Clay and Mike, because I know his fans are really interested, and that's really how it all began. We met Clay pretty much, I think it was in the school year of 2001. He was working with my son as a one-on-one worker after school, taking him out in the community, playing with that at home, being a friend, a companion, just a big brother, maybe. As a parent, it's always nerve-wracking to start a new person working with your autistic child, especially mine. Mike's 13, and he's nonverbal. So when I embark on a journey to meet new people and trust people to care for my child, it's kind of a nerve-wracking situation. I knew after the first meeting with Clay that just about his commitment with inclusion and his knowledge of autism, which is really rare, that the start was a great start. And then what I quickly learned from some of their first meetings is that Clay was perfectly willing to work with Mike however Mike presented himself, and came back every day helping us solve problems and doing things with him that Mike surely benefited from. I think the first way he was able to get to know Mike was to get himself into Mike's world, which was his backyard, and Clay would go on the trampoline with him in the backyard, which was a really amusing thing, actually, to have a big guy with long arms and long legs jumping with Mike. Clay's very childlike in a lot of ways, and Mike just enjoyed the heck out of their time together back there. Of course, now when you go on the trampoline with my autistic son, it's a pretty serious business. There are rules that must be followed, and the minute you start playing on the trampoline with him, you better expect to play on it with him every time you enter the home, because it's a routine, and that's what we do in autism. And you better take your shoes off when you jump, too, whether it's really cold and windy out, because that's a rule. Sorry. So anyways, Clay was perfectly able, without a hesitation, to get into Mike's world, get to know him, build up Mike's confidence. And the two of them then progressed from there, and they went out in the community, did all sorts of things together. One of the places that really shocked me is one day he had to go to campus, and he said, well, I'm just going to bring Mike to campus with me. And I'm like, well, I don't know about that. And he's like, oh, he'll be fine, it's okay. He brought him to campus, he brought him to the library on the campus, and he just figured, if people have a problem with that, well, they're going to have a nice education. So I appreciated that. I think my trail in life with Mike, and this is part of the reason why I'm so thrilled about the foundation, is Mike really hasn't had the opportunity to experience the type of typical things most young boys do. He doesn't really attend after-school programs, other than Clay and other people that work with him who take him places. He doesn't attend camps. I've been really resistant to put him in a lot of those choices just because of the severity of his disability. I didn't really think they were ready for him. I know friends of mine who have tried to incorporate their kids in an inclusionary environment in camp have pretty much, the kids start out in camp, and shortly thereafter they're getting calls, sorry, you got to come get your child, we just cannot deal with them. So this foundation, I truly hope, will help to resolve some of those problems in some of the existing programs, educate, open up doors, open up the minds of people to accept differences and see that each of these individuals have something to offer in our society. Even Mike, without a voice, has something to offer in our society. So I'd just like to thank everyone for being here. I'm truly excited and so honored that he decided to name the foundation after my family that I don't know if I'll ever be able to thank him properly. But thank you all for listening. Thank you, Mayor.
Well, hearing your comments about your son, about Clay, you can see what a really loving relationship and what this really meant to your family. So that's just great. Now, this committee has got to be the best